So when they, so it was Denmark over there, and the Kingdom of Denmark used to be huge.
Yeah.
Nowadays we look at Denmark; it's a country of close to 6 million people. Sweden is close to 11 million people, and Norway is, I'll say 5, but I don't think they're there yet. And it's those 3 countries together. They form Scandinavia. So if you want to include Finland, because you're going to Helsinki,
Yeah.
then you're talking about the Nordics. They are not really considered Scandinavian, and their language is different. And everything
Yeah.
else.
This is how much far from Stockholm?
Copenhagen is about 6 hours.
No. Stockholm. This Upasla and
Oh, Uppsala.
Yeah.
Uppsala, I think 50 minutes or
Okay.
35,
By-
or
by-
less than an hour by train.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will provide us train or bus?
Okay. Let me
Her kan
see.
du skifte til bus, metro
So,
og andre tog. Change here.
we're going to step down.
Is bigger than.
Yes.
It's the second largest Scandinavian country. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
second
say.
largest, and the capital is the second largest.
Second, yeah.
We have close to 800,000 people living in the city center, and if we extend the urban area, then we can reach 1.3 million
Yeah.
Danes living in the greater Copenhagen area. And yeah, so Stockholm is almost double the size of Copenhagen. I bet you're going to love Copenhagen because it's a very friendly walking city. Different than Stockholm. Stockholm is an archipelago of 14 islands, so it's a little more complicated to walk everywhere.
Osteoport.
Yeah.
And then city center.
Yes, then Copenhagen.
Copenhagen Edge.
That means Copenhagen Central Station.
Okay. And then airport.
Yeah, the airport is outside. It's in another part of the city. It's outside the center.
What is called in Danish language? Airport?
Lufthavn. Lufthavn. Yeah.
Lufthansa. Airport is called Lufthansa.
We're going to the other side. And then I'll let you know what this area is.
Beautiful park.
Lovely park.
Oh wow. हाँ ये रील है. These little hills are
So
made
we are right
to
here.
protect from enemies
We are right here at the star.
by the soldiers.
See, when you look at Copenhagen map, you're gonna see a star.
Yeah.
See, we are
So this
right
is
there.
the star.
Yeah. So this is Citadel Castellet. This is the fortress to protect the city, because over here we have the entrance of the harbor. And Copenhagen was a medieval walled city. The walls were destroyed only at the late 1800s, 1860s. So when you look in the map, you're gonna see like we have the moats around the fort, but we also have like some weirdly shaped lakes in the
Zigzags.
parks, because it was also part of the moat. The city started on this little island, and it started to grow like this. So we had walls going all the way near the water and close to the castle.
Okay.
And in the 16th century, King Christian IV, he built this area. See how weirdly shaped the water is? These ramparts. This was the first Copenhagen harbor, and it's called Christianshavn, or the Christian harbor. The harbor is this. We can see Denmark from here. Denmark has a continental part,
Yeah.
and a bunch of islands over here. And we look at it as almost like a small country nowadays, but the Kingdom of Denmark was everything over here to the south, which now belongs to Sweden. And Denmark was also a huge chunk of Norway, and they also had a king who was married to the princess, the crown princess. Actually, she was not the crown princess, to Margaret the First. This is man-made. This is a fortress. A fortress called Castellet. Castellet, Citadel Castellet. And this fortress was built because on the other side we have the entrance of Copenhagen main harbor. So the water is right there. And they were getting ready to protect themselves because enemies were coming from the sea. So they built this fortress in the late 1500s.
Okay.
And the fortress didn't change too much since its construction. Of course, it has been renovated across the centuries. But the park is very natural, so it's a great place, especially now during the beginning of springtime. We're gonna see a lot of animals and birds. The swans are already getting ready with their nest for the next group of cygnets. Yeah. Oh, because if I have a son with my husband, the king, our kid is going to become the king of two kingdoms.
Yeah.
But his grandfather is the king of Sweden. So how about if we find a deal to create one king for the three kingdoms together, and that king is going to be my son. So she started to work in that plan, and she's her name is Margaret the First.
Okay.
She was a brilliant strategist, despite the fact that she got married at 10 years old.
At 10 years, really.
And she had one son, and when that kid was about 14, 15 years old, he got sick and died.
Oh.
Then she adopted two nephews from Pomerania. Pomerania is a region between Germany and Poland. And one of her nieces, she was living there and she also died. She left two kids, so Margaret decided to adopt the kids. And she said, one of them is going to be the king of the Kalmar Union.
Oh.
So she designed this idea of the Kalmar Union under one king, the rules of Denmark, ruling everything in Scandinavia as one single family.
Okay. That's why Denmark is so, yeah.
So it was like this in the 14th century.
Okay.
And the king, Erik, the nephew who became that king for 4 decades, Erik from Pomerania, this is how they call him. He used to spend a lot of his time in Malmö, where I live, because I showed you in the map, the other side was also Denmark, and Malmö was the most important harbor, the most important port for the merchants to stop by. The capital, the first capital of Denmark was not Copenhagen, it was Roskilde. So we had Roskilde, yeah.
Roskilde.
So we had, this is the first capital, and then we had the most important commercial city, the financial center of the heart of the Danish kingdom. And then Copenhagen only became the capital in the late 1400s. Really late 1400s, almost 1500. And so imagine, Erik was spending more time over here in Malmö,
Moving toward the fourth military base. It's a military base. An old castle, or you can say a fort or castle. So beautiful. Interesting scale. It's of late 1500 years.
Because we still have military offices in here. We have some special events.
देखो पूरा जैसे आर्मी का हमारे यहाँ बनाया ना अभी एयर इंडिया वहाँ पे इंडिया में दिल्ली में देखो वहाँ पे वो देखो सबके नाम लिखे हैं ना इसको वो थोड़ा सा वो करके दिखाओ जूम करके ना शहीदों के जो नाम होंगे ना पूरा